Okay, what we have here is a very nice power supply. It's a TIG welding machine. You get this from Harbor Freight. It's about 800 bucks, but this is overkill for what we need for the hydrogen generator, sand heater experiment. This thing's running over 500 degrees. The temperature gauge digital said no more, can't do it. This is the top plate. This has been running for about 20 minutes. You know, you can barely even touch it all the way down here at the bottom. It's hot down there. Anyhow, so the point of this video is to find a power supply that I can use for my 4th generation high pressure cell that we're putting together right now. We're running about 18 volts. I think that works out to over 34, about 30 some amps, 32 amps. It's about half an amp of internal resistance in the 6 cell HHO generator. We've got this from hydrogengarage.com. We took the restrictors out of the plates inside, the Bob Boyce invention. So we're running, I guess you can see right here. This is a hot water return pump. They use it for solar panels. So you can run hot water through this thing. It runs 12 volts. We're running at 12.2 right now. Anyhow, the temperature, what is that, about 100 degrees? We keep it about 102 degrees. Get a radiator. You have to have a copper tube radiator. You can have aluminum fins on it, but it's got to be copper tube because we're running sodium hydroxide. Otherwise, you will eat the aluminum up. They have plenty of aluminum transmission coolers on Amazon. You don't want to get an aluminum tube. It's got to be copper. I got this years ago, but I got another double cell the other day from Amazon. It was like 60 some bucks. It took me about 3 weeks to get it, but well worth it. Anyhow, you can pick up a DC arc welder off of Amazon, you know, 100 and some bucks, not that bad. We wanted something that's going to be very clean on the AC also. This is the AC amperage output. That thing was varying from 0.2 to about 6 amps recently. I don't know if it gets cycles, it gets hot, or what it does. This is the first hours we've ever used this power supply to run a HHO generator. We used another Harbor Freight AC welder here. Then we run a diode full bridge we built. And then we run a 2 farad capacitor to kill off the AC ripple. And that thing was very clean, less than an amp of AC ripple into the HHO cell. So, you know, this thing can only do about barely do 30 amps before it overheats. We put an extra fan in here and everything, and it's still 30 amps at about 16 some volts, which is not bad. But we're looking for something that's going to do up to 60 amps, possibly up to 20 some volts or higher. So we're doing some testing with some other DC welders right now. This happened to be a unit we use for home use. We also use this at work. It's a very good TIG welder, by the way. I dropped this thing off this bench here. This is over 3 feet high onto a cement outside, and it's still working. I've welded a lot of rebar with it. But I also brought it to work and did some TIG welding. We also have the same unit at work. Got 2 of them at work. It's an awesome unit. I had some doubts when I first heard about it, but I've used it for a couple years, and it's just been a fabulous unit. So highly recommend the Pro TIG 165 if you want a good TIG welder, as well as you can plug it in 110 volts or 220. So if you need to do some weld some rebar out there in the backyard or whatever, you can plug it in a big long 50-foot cord and do some AC arc welding to weld your rebar together. It's fantastic for that, and it's also a fantastic TIG welder. So anyhow, there you have it.